Commander Brett, and welcome to Mission 17 of the Astronaut Kids Space Club. It's going to be a busy one, so let's get going. Today's mission schedule is as follows. First on our mission schedule today is an amazing young robotics expert who is Skyping in from Cape Canaveral, Florida to talk about robotic and kids and robot competition. His name is Gabriel Salas Jr, which we already did.
Yay! I'll let it that part.
Next up at 3:30 will be our Skype guest, Commander Maria Nickel, who is a teacher from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and has gone to NASA school many times and has flown a space shuttle simulator.
Wow.
Then Kent, Jessica's dad,
Hey, Kent.
who as an engineer will talk about engineering science that can be used in space. And finally, a Wallace and Gromit video clip on space.
Yeah, they're funny.
And in between that, pizza.
Yeah. All right, roll call, buddy. Yeah. Last page.
I don't have my pen. Go out. Yeah.
That's okay. No, it's just start. I think everybody's kind of here, but go ahead.
First, the room. Aiden. Jason. Jack. Present. Jacob. Hello. Samantha. Caitlin. Jessica.
All right, you guys. Let's start this off. I want to welcome you to Mission 17 of the Astronauts Kids Space Club. If you can just tell me what you do down there in Cape Canaveral.
I live near Cape Canaveral. I'm actually from a small town south from Cape Canaveral. It's about 20 minutes away driving, about, I guess, 10 miles away, more or less. I live right now in Orlando. I'm not currently there right now. I'm at my mom's place in that small town I'm telling you about because on weekends I work over at Kennedy Space Center, which is just north of Cape Canaveral.
Okay, and what do you do there, Gabriel?
Right now I work part-time through a contractor with NASA doing non-traditional educational programs. Essentially what I've been hired to do is to do a lot of different programs for students, but also for teachers, for people that are involved in businesses, pretty much anyone with different background that has a strong interest in space, science, and technology, and we're able to do mix and match a lot of different activities and programs. Some of the stuff that we are able to do is we are able to do a lot of single day programs where we call our astronaut training experience, where students are able to learn the ropes of what an astronaut goes through with their training, and then finally get them ready and set up to do a mock-up space shuttle mission.
Wow.
Another program we do is what we call Overnight Adventures, where we give them a lot of guided tours through Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, and then finally we take them through a tour of the Saturn V facility, which is on party, and students and chaperones are able to sleep underneath the Saturn V rocket and spend the next morning exploring Kennedy Space Center at their leisure. So a lot of the programs are more hands-on and very ambitious, and tend to get a lot of positive responses from them. Using with modular design and integration has been really key to your development. And I really like the work that you guys have been doing.
Thank you, Gabriel. Now I know that you're very involved in robotics or robotic competitions. Is that correct?
That's correct, actually. My involvement is mostly as a mentor. I was a student at one point or another, and I still am, but not at a high school level. But I've helped out. I just didn't know what information you want more.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: what started you off, and at what age, as an interest in robotics?
I would have to say, to be honest, it would probably start when I started building stuff when I was young. I'm gonna say when I was 5 or 6. I got my first Lego kit, and I just started building and creating things with my hands, and that's probably the inception of robotics, but it really didn't fully mature, I guess, until we had about 80 robots or 80 teams. And in order to move on to the final 4, you have to win your division. Here, we won our division. We were in alliance with 2 other teams, really good teams, and I love those teams to death, and if I were to compete with or work with any of those teams, I would definitely do those. We would love to have the opportunity to work with them, but That year we made it to, we won our division, which is a big feat in its own. We beat out 77 other teams. And then on the Final Four, we were competing against the winners of those divisions. So these were the best of the best at championship. And we made it to the final round.
One of my professors used to always tell us this. That's something you have to remember when you're an engineer. Is the force of gravity is very important. So what is gravity? Gravity is an attraction between two things. Like right now, there's gravity between every person in this room. But because the Earth is so big, the Earth exerts a lot of gravity. So there's a lot of suck, a lot of things forcing you down towards the Earth.
Which is why you can't fly off.
So here's my question. What happens if you throw it so hard that the parabola the arc that it's flowing through the sky equals the curvature of the Earth? Did you guys think about that for a minute? If you throw it so hard that the arc of this is equal to so the curve that it's taking is equal to the curve of the Earth.
Well, you'd have to do it outside.
It would never hit the ground, right?
Well, you'd have to do it outside. Inside, it'd crash into a wall and fall.
Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Wave, everybody. Thank you for coming on and seeing. You see behind the guys the spaceship Mercury 2? Sort of there. That's our spaceship back there.
Yes, I mean, very cool.
Yeah, it's really, really neat. But I wanted to thank you for Commander Maria Nickel for coming on board. And
Okay, you're kind of coming up, right?
yeah, I think
Robotics program, which involves a fairly large, what we call a brick, and it's probably about the size of two of your hands put together, Ray, and you can build a robot around it, and you had different tasks to perform, such as
You mean that NXT thing?
up things,
So
and you
the-
had to grab
Guys, let her finish, let her finish.
to your
Jessie.
station.
Jessie.
So we put together a robot, and you actually had to program the moves, each specific move, into the robot. So you take it to the computer, program your moves, then take the robot back, and then you would go and try it on the obstacle course. And it was actually quite a challenge to do. You had to go back and do it again repeatedly to try and get the moves correctly.
What was the biggest challenge with the robots for the kids?
I'd say the biggest challenge was being able to program the correct amount of steps to get to the materials, to grab them and bring them back. Because if you were off by the slightest amount, it wouldn't grab it, and you'd have to redo it.
Great. Now, where were the competitions held?
We were doing ours in Huntsville, Alabama, but they do have competitions all across the United States.
Now, just tell me a little bit about your background, like what you do, and how you got involved with NASA and their courses.
I've been involved with the Honeywell educators program for the last probably about 6 years. This past year I went to the advanced camp, and there was 28 of us from around the world. There was 2 Canadians. There was people from China. There was people from India. We had New Zealand. We also had Australia, and we had from Scotland. And I believe I had Romania as well. So we were all a large group that went to Alabama, and then we went on to Cape Canaveral, and we did quite a few different courses there and different astronaut training sessions.
Okay, so here a bunch of questions are going to come your way. Commander Brett's got the first question. Go.
You know how you said Lego the brick or whatever?
Yeah.
Is this the brick?
Yeah, let me see. I can't quite see.
Go
what you
closer.
put. Yes, it's very similar to that. Yep.
And what does the brick do, Maria?
The brick has to actually take all of the computer instructions, put them into a language that will control the robot pieces that you build.
That's why I keep mine spaced ship-shape and Bristol fashion. But what good is a fabulous spaceship without a rather fetching space suit to go with it?